Okay, I'm just going to show you a quick little tip on detecting mouse clicks in PyGame. Obviously, we've gone over in the past detecting when the mouse is clicked, but you can also detect which mouse button is clicked rather than just having a mouse button click. You have your left button, right button, center button. Your mouse may have more buttons than that, but we're going to go over those three today and obviously just increase the number to detect other buttons. I'm starting with a basic PyGame setup here. This is a little script I've shared with you guys in the past. If you look in the link of this description, there will be a link. Probably will say like base PyGame script. You can go there and download this basic script, which basically just starts up a window and has an escape option to it. And that's just to save time because that's pretty much going to be the same on majority of our PyGame tutorials, so no need to type it each time. But what we're going to work with is inside our main loop here, so inside this while one, and we have our for event in PyGame get, and this is what will detect any key presses or mouse button presses, stuff like that. So within this loop we have if event equals PyGame quit, then exit the game, or if key down and the key event equals the escape key, then exit. So we have two ways of exiting a game. We can press escape or quit when you click the X in the PyGame window in the top right corner. Well, I guess it depends on how you have your operating system set up, but the standard X to close windows will close and kill this script. What we're going to add to this is another if statement. So let's go into edit mode. I'm using Vim as my text editor, but as always, use whatever text editor you prefer. And we're just going to say now if event dot type equals, so equals mouse button down, and that's how in the past we've said if the mouse button is down, if it's clicked, continue. But we're going to say if mouse button down, and also another thing is true, which is pygame dot mouse dot get pressed, and then some parentheses, and then inside these square brackets we're going to say 0, and each mouse button will have its own number. So we're going to start with whatever the first mouse button is, which should be left click. So now we're going to say print left click, and this will be printed in the terminal screen. So when we click with our first mouse button, which should be our left button, inside the PyGame window, our terminal window should print out left click. Let's go ahead and give that a try. We will make this executable if we haven't already, just by using change mod plus X, and mouse button.py is what I named the script, so whatever you name the script. And then we can do // and hit enter to run our script here. Give my computer a second. I'm rendering a few videos out while I'm recording this, so it took a second for it to get going. But here's our PyGame window. You can still see our terminal window in the background here. And when I left click inside the PyGame window, you can see it prints left click, left click, left click. Obviously, you can make it do whatever you want within that if statement. Print a message to the terminal, press a button, bring up a new menu, close the window, whatever you want. But you also notice if I click my right mouse button, nothing happens, or if I center click, which is pressing down my scroll button, nothing happens. And that's because we haven't set any statements for those. So let's go ahead and give that a close and go back into our script and come down here, and we're going to now say, in reality we create a whole new if statement here, which isn't really necessary since we already have an if statement here going with event type. But for me, just keeping that separate visually, I know that this is the button. Also, I probably should be commenting a little bit more in my scripts. But now we're going to say elif event dot type equals, and we're going to do basically the same exact thing. Mouse button, and this is case sensitive, so that is all capital. And this time we're going to say end pygame dot mouse dot get underscore pressed parentheses brackets, brackets, square brackets, and a colon. And inside here we're going to say 1. So this time we're detecting if mouse If the mouse button is down and the mouse button that is pressed is 1, then, and this is probably about the point where someone complains that I don't have my vimrc file set up for tabs. I understand that you can do that. No need to comment on it. I just haven't done it. Anyway, so we've indented, and now we're going to say print center click, because 1 will be our center button. Go ahead, run that. I'll get the PyGame window and screen here. So I can left click, center click, and if I right click, nothing happens. So real quick, just to save time in this tutorial, and some people yell at me also when I copy and paste code, but especially while doing a tutorial, it saves time. And this line is going to be exactly the same, except for we're going to say button 2 here, and instead of saying center click, we are going to say right click. Run the same script again, bring this up here into view. We got right, left, center, so we know what button I'm clicking. So that is how you can detect your different mouse buttons in PyGame. And once again, you can make them do whatever you want. Change an image, move an image, open up a menu, close the program, play a sound based on where you're clicking, what you're clicking on, and now what button you're clicking on your mouse. I hope you found this tutorial useful. I ask that you visit filmsbykris.com. That's Chris with a K. There'll be a link in the description. And I hope that you have a great day.